A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the previous lesson we were discussing about what? Your angle sum property of triangle and your triangle inequality or inequality relations in triangle as given in your class 7 maths chapter triangle and its properties. I had discussed the geometrical proof of angle sum property of triangle in that class. And triangle inequality, actually we had proved it on experimental method or experimental basis. Actually its geometrical proof is not as per your standard. It will be taught in class 9. Okay. So now after angle sum property of triangle and your triangle inequality, now the next part as given in the syllabus is what? Your Pythagoras theorem. Yes. What is Pythagoras theorem, children? We are going to read for the first time in class 7. We have never read so far, I have remembered. It was not there in any class up to class 6. See, what is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras, he was a great Greek philosopher, okay? He was a great Greek philosopher, great mathematician. So, he had established a relation between the different sides of a right angle triangle. Children, you know what is a right angle triangle or right triangle. From class 4 you have been reading what is? You are reading triangle, right angle triangle, acute triangle, obtuse triangle, everything you know. Let us see what the Greek philosopher Pythagoras invented or discovered, whatever you say, or verified or proved. He found the relationship between the three sides of a right triangle. See, the Pythagoras theorem is nothing but the relation between the three sides of a right angle triangle or only right triangle. Now the point is, first let me discuss about right angle triangle. We know what is right angle triangle, but we do not know about the three sides. Do you know what are the names of the three sides? Perhaps no. Okay, see, this is a right triangle. You know what is a right triangle? A right triangle means a triangle whose one angle, at least one angle must be right angle or 90 degree. If one angle of a triangle is 90 degree or right angle, we call it a right angle triangle or simply right triangle. Suppose ABC is a right triangle. Now this is 90 degree. Angle B is a 90 degree. Now there are three sides. So what are the names of the three sides? You see, first we have to understand. Then only we can understand what is the relation between the three sides as given by Pythagoras. Okay. So see, children, AB, BC and AC are the three sides of this triangle. Now, this side, you see, this side AC is the opposite side of the right angle. Look at, AC is the opposite. If I ask you, which is the opposite side of the right angle B? Which is right angle? Angle B 90 degree. Which is the opposite side? AC. This side is called the hypotenuse. And what about these two sides? Out of these two sides, you see this angle is 90 degree. If this side is called the perpendicular, then this side is called the base. You see, if this is the perpendicular, you know what are perpendicular lines? If the angle in class 6, if the angle between two lines is 90 degree, the two lines are perpendicular. Since angle B is 90 degree, no doubt this line and AB and BC are perpendicular lines. So we say this side as perpendicular and this side as base. That means what I want to say, in a right triangle, the three sides are called what? Perpendicular, base and height. Perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. Okay. So they are usually denoted by P. This is suppose B and this is your H. Okay. So these are the three sides of a right angle triangle. Now what Pythagoras established, or what did he say, or what did he state? He found a very important relation, important truth between the three sides of a right angle triangle, that is between perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. So what is the relation? Of course, its proof we are not going to discuss in class 7. The proof will be discussed in class 10 only, where you will find the discussion of chapter similarity. So here we will only prove it on experimental basis or by following the experimental method, not geometrical method. See, so what Pythagoras discovered or invented or found or established? He found that by drawing AC, so what did he do? Suppose he took a line segment BC. You can also draw. Take a line segment BC equal to suppose 3 cm. Then you draw, construct 90 degree here, you see construct 90 degree here, then cut an arc of length say 4 cm. You see what he did, he took a line segment, a side suppose 4 cm, 3 cm, then he constructed 90 degree by constructing 90 degree at this vertex B. He constructed 90 degree, then from here he cut an arc whose length is say 4 centimeter. Suppose name this as A. That means take BC equal to 3 cm, draw 90 degree at B. From here you cut an arc AB whose length is 4 cm. Now you join A and C. So on join, this is the proof or verification that I am doing. See, on doing so, on constructing this right triangle, when he measured this one, when he measured the length of AC, what is AC called? I told you, AC is the hypotenuse. So on joining AC the hypotenuse and measuring it, he found that its length is coming 5 cm. I hope children you understood. So that means first he constructed a right angle triangle. How? First you take BC equal to any. BC equal to 3 cm, then draw 90 degree or construct 90 degree at the vertex B, produce it. From here you cut an arc whose length is say 4 cm, name it A. So AB equal to 4 cm, BC equal to 3 cm. Now you join the 2 points A and C to get the hypotenuse. It is the hypotenuse because it is the opposite angle of the right triangle. Okay, as I told you, hypotenuse is the opposite angle side, the side opposite to the right angle. The side opposite to the right angle of a triangle is known as your, in a right angle triangle, the side opposite to the right angle is known as your hypotenuse. So on joining A and C, which is the hypotenuse of this right triangle, he found that its length is coming 5 centimeter. Okay, so children, I hope you understood. So what, in order to understand what is Pythagoras theorem, as I told you, Pythagoras theorem is nothing but the relation between the three different sides of a right triangle or right angle triangle, which are known as perpendicular, base and height. So in simple language we can say that Pythagoras theorem gives the relationship between perpendicular, base and hypotenuse of a right triangle. So what is that relation, how to find out? As we are not able to prove it geometrically in class 7, how to establish, how to find, how to prove it. For that, what you will do? Draw, suppose one side BC equal to 3 cm, draw 90 degree at the vertex B, produce it, then take suppose 4 cm, BA, take an arc BA equal to 4 cm, join A and C. As this is 90 degree, this is no doubt the hypotenuse. Now you join A and C, you will be surprised to know that or see that the length of AC will be 5 cm automatically. Okay, now see, now we can easily understand what is Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So see children, by taking BC equal to 3 cm, constructing 90 degree at B, and again by taking BA equal to 4 cm or AB equal to 4 cm, we found that the hypotenuse is how much? AC equal to 5 cm. Now you find the square of AC. See children, now you find the square of AC. What will be the square of AC? It will be 5 square. It is 25. Now you find the square of AB, it will be 4 square, it is 16. You find the square of BC, it will be 3 square, it is 9. Now you add these two squares, AB square plus BC square. Okay, find out what will be the sum of the squares. What will be the sum of the squares of AB and BC, the two sides AB and BC? What will be the sum of their squares? It will be 16 plus 9 equal to how much? 25. So children, look at AB square plus BC square, it is 25 and AC square is 25. Therefore, what will be the conclusion? The conclusion will be AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. Or in symbol, as I told you, this is P, this is B, base, this is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse. So we can say P square plus B square equal to H square. See, this important relation or this important truth which relates the three sides of a right triangle or right angle triangle is known as your Pythagoras theorem. So children, I hope you understood what is the statement of Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem says, what does it say? The statement of Pythagoras theorem is what? The square, H square. What is H? H is hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? It is the opposite side of the right angle in a right triangle. So the square of what Pythagoras theorem says, you see, the square of hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is always equal to sum of the squares of what? Its perpendicular and base. That means in a right triangle or in a right angle triangle, the sum of the squares of perpendicular and base will always be equal to the square of hypotenuse. Okay, if it is not, suppose the sum of squares of perpendicular and base is not equal to the square of hypotenuse, then it will not be a right angle triangle. See children. So how important is this relation? This relation is how important. Just try to understand and imagine. See. So this truth, in a right triangle, square of perpendicular plus square of base is always equal to square of hypotenuse. Okay. This is what known as your Pythagoras theorem. And how did we prove? This is the proof. We proved it by experimental method, not by geometrical method. Okay. Geometrical method of proving this you cannot understand at this stage. Okay. It will be taught in higher classes. Okay. So I hope you understood what is Pythagoras theorem. This particular Pythagoras theorem finds a wide variety of application in problems. See. Okay. Let me discuss another thing. Now Pythagoras theorem says that square of hypotenuse, that means h square equal to p square plus b square. Okay, this is your Pythagoras theorem. Square of hypotenuse equal to square of perpendicular plus square of base. Now what will be the formula for square of perpendicular? See, if h square equal to p square plus b square, how will we find the square of perpendicular? Square of h square minus b square. See, h square equal to p square plus b square. So how to find p square? It is the square of hypotenuse minus square of base. And similarly, how to find the square of base? It will be square of hypotenuse minus square of perpendicular. Okay. But this one is known as your Pythagoras theorem. Okay. These are just derived. These are derived from this theorem. Okay. I hope you understood what is Pythagoras theorem. Now, let me discuss what is the converse. Okay, children. What is the converse of Pythagoras theorem? Converse, I hope children you understood what is right angle triangle, the three sides, name of the three sides, okay, which is hypotenuse, how to identify. Yes, another thing I forgot to say. See children, in a right angle triangle, the three sides are, as I told you, hypotenuse, perpendicular and base. I said what is hypotenuse? It is the opposite side of the right angle. The opposite side, the side opposite to the right angle is called hypotenuse. Now see children, if you see, if AC is the hypotenuse, you see here it is 5 cm, here it is 4 cm, here it is 3 cm. So look at, clearly AC is greater than AB, you see, and also AC is greater than BC. See, look at, AC the hypotenuse in this particular case is 5 cm. What is the perpendicular P? AB, it is 4 cm. What is the base? BC, it is 3 cm. So hypotenuse is greater than the perpendicular and it is also greater than the base. That means what we say, what will we conclude? We will conclude that it is the longest side. It is the longest side of the right triangle. Okay. So we can define hypotenuse of a right triangle in two ways. One is it is the side opposite to the right angle. Then what is the other way we can define a hypotenuse? It is what? The longest side of the triangle. Okay. If whichever is the longest side in a right triangle, that is the hypotenuse. The perpendicular and base, they cannot be the longest side, as it is already proved here, you see in this particular example, and it is true for all cases. Okay, not only in this particular example, it is true for all right triangles that the hypotenuse will always be greater than the what? Perpendicular as well as the base. Now let me discuss what is converse of basic proportion, converse of your Pythagoras theorem. See, converse of Pythagoras theorem means what? See children, we came to know in Pythagoras theorem that square of hypotenuse is equal to square of perpendicular plus square of base in a right triangle. Now what is the converse? Suppose you see, suppose you are given a triangle, see ABC. Okay, suppose you are given a triangle ABC, suppose it is 5 cm, it is given 12 cm, you see, it is given 13 cm. Suppose you are given a triangle whose three sides, the length of three sides are given, this is 5, this is 12 and this is 13. Now what you will do, take the square of 13, take the square of 13 or BC, it will be 169, take the square of AB, you can write BC square here, okay, take the square of AB plus take the square of BC and add, you see, find the square of BC, it is 169, now add the square of AB and AC, that is AB square plus BC square. What is the length of AB? 5 square. what is the length of AC? AC, sorry, it is AC. AB square is 5 square, AC square is 12 square, you see. So first find the square of side BC, we got 169. Now add the square of AB and AC, you see, it will be 25 plus 144, it is again 169. See children, what we are observing, see when the length of three sides of a triangle are given, it is a triangle, not a right triangle. We are given only a triangle ABC, it is not right angle, because we do not know one angle is 90 degree, it is not given. Okay, so what is converse of Pythagoras theorem, that I am trying to explain you. See, suppose you are given a triangle ABC and the length of three sides are given, say 5, 12 and 13. This is the longer side or greater side, you can say find the square of this. Suppose you got 169. Now add the square of the other two sides. Add the squares of the other two sides. You also got the same value. That means we say that BC square of this side is equal to sum of the squares of this side and this side. You see, that means AB square plus AC square. You see, the square of BC is now equal to square of AB plus square of AC. If it is so, if the square of one side is equal to, children please see, out of the three sides given, suppose you are given three sides, length of three sides, if the square of the longer side, if the square of the longer side or the greater side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, then the angle opposite to the greater side will be 90 degree or right angle. This is what known as your converse of Pythagoras theorem. I hope you understood. If not, okay, let me discuss once again. See, you are given the length of three sides. First you find the square of the longer or the greater side. Suppose you got 169. Then you add the squares of the other two sides. Suppose you got the same value. Okay, if at all you got the same value, that means if the square of the greater side is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides in a triangle, not right triangle, in a triangle, then the angle opposite to the greater side in this figure, in this triangle, which is the longer or greater side, BC, and which is the opposite angle of BC, it is angle A. Okay, angle A is the opposite angle of the greater side or longer side BC, and we saw that the square of this side, longer side or greater side, is equal to the sum of the squares of these two. Okay, so what converse of Pythagoras theorem says? Converse of Pythagoras theorem says that if the square of the greater side or the longer side in a triangle is equal to the sum of the other two sides, then the opposite angle of the longer side or the greater side will be 90 degree. That means it will be a right triangle. Okay, so you see, therefore, so BC square equal to AB square plus AC square. Now BC is the longer side and this is the opposite angle. This implies angle A will be 90 degree, and if angle A is, this will be 90 degree automatically. So this implies triangle ABC is right triangle. Okay, so this is what your converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, let me summarize once again. Pythagoras theorem statement, what does it say? It says that in a right triangle, the square of hypotenuse will always be equal to sum of the squares and what? Sum of the squares of perpendicular and base, that is the other two sides. Hypotenuse is the longer or the greater side. It is the side opposite to the right angle. Okay, it is greater than or longer than the other two sides. Okay, the square of hypotenuse is always equal to sum of the squares of perpendicular and base in a right triangle. This is what your Pythagoras theorem is. And what is the converse? The converse is in a triangle, not right triangle. In a triangle, if the square of the greater side is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, then the angle opposite to the greater side will be 90 degree. That is, the triangle will be right triangle. So this is what your converse of your Pythagoras theorem is. Children, I hope you understood. I tried my best to explain you the concept of Pythagoras theorem and its converse. We will apply its application is very important. We will see in problems. While discussing problems, we will see how these two concepts, Pythagoras theorem and its converse, are applied to which problems in mathematics. We will discuss when we go to exercise. Okay, children, I hope till yet whatever I discussed regarding Pythagoras theorem and its converse you must have understood. If at all it is true, and if you think yes, what Manti sir is explaining is very nice, we are able to understand everything properly, he is explaining us in a very simple manner, everything clearly, then I must say children, you please hit the like button and subscribe my channel, so that I will be encouraged to discuss more and more things of this chapter and other chapters too. Okay, so we will discuss more about this chapter in the next class. Okay, I hope you must have understood what I discussed till late. Thank you.